Hello and welcome back to Geek, Feng, Shui. I'm your host and game master for this video, Bob Sellers Jr. Now shout out to my friends over at Chaotic Good Brewing, where family is first when it comes to both the ambiance and how they try to keep everything smooth and friendly for card games, if you're board games, whatever you want to play. And I'm not getting any sort of recompense for shouting them out, but I do enjoy going there. And I suggest you check out breweries in your area for a very similar experience. Now, we're going to go do our dailies today with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Yesterday and the day before, I touched a little bit on the Tomb Raider and the various forms of the franchise that I've played. I do have 4 of the main games. I didn't get a lot of the middle ones, because to be honest, I was more intrigued by how they redid it for the anniversary and then how they've since expanded to a much better graphics interface. One of the more interesting side effects of doing this is learning how the sound breaks out between all of the Assassin's Creed, because I have them set up from Brotherhood to Freedom Cry to Odyssey and Origins. I have several of that franchise I've played, and I will have videos introducing them and playing them as we go along. But the sound breaks out in similar fashion between different variations, like Valhalla and Freedom City apparently share similar setting of somehow. Just weirdness on my part in OBS Studio that I use. As usual, check out my books at sellersjr.com, barbecue at Kiltiswine BBQ, and I have a podcast that I will be recording some this weekend to get the episodes out. And then I'm going to do a video introducing Witcher 3, the game that I don't want to say is my bane of my existence, or the gaming. I bought it when I got my new computer. I set my expectations way too high because I wasn't ready for a game like that. I don't mean it as a bad game. It's just that it's a little bit far more complicated than the ones I'm used to. And I had misunderstandings that I've since clarified, and now I understand the game a lot better and look forward to playing it as much as I did the heck out of the Assassin's Creed games. And when you get the underlying gaming engines, it's amazing how much they seem similar between the franchises. Gaming engines are gaming engines. They give you what you design into them, and their base is character driven and obviously more reality. Resident Evil is another example of that's been improving. Diablo 4 is coming out next month, and I just got the invite.
Greetings.
I think it's going to be a public. I'm assuming they're going to try to overwhelm the servers. There.
Thank you for your patronage. Have you got a contract?
My only commentary is I like the game for what it is. I enjoyed playing in the betas. There's a lot of people on YouTube and other social media that are making hay out of their opinions one way or the other in between about how they don't like it. I think they have to improve it.
See you later.
And while I enjoy their explaining their positions, it's a game. You're playing it. Each person's experience is going to be different than they are. So this is kill the target. So I'm going to try a little different. I usually go up to the boat and come down. Anyway, it's the nice thing about gaming. It's an individual level of enjoyment that some people share, and just because 100 people agree with you doesn't make it right. It just makes it the opinion of 100 people. Way back when, in was World of Warcraft. It's a long time in the early games. You could make a variation of a character that was very middle ground, and everybody expected the character to be one way or the other, and those of us who played it in the middle got a lot of flack. But it was fun for us. I mean, that's that when it boils down to it, even in an MMO, that's the important thing of gaming, is it's fun for the person playing. I think I've talked occasionally about my experience with Diablo and my assassin. Where in that particular Lord of Destruction, at the time, it was, I hate to use the word sexist, but I will, because that's all they had at the time. But the male characters were the tanks. The other ones were kind of considered supplemental. Well, my assassin would go down and use the AI against the bad guys. I still do, because the computer can only do so much. It's not artificial intelligence by any way, shape, or form, as much as I try to be. I will say that in the assassin games that I've had quite a bit of experience, they do make an effort to have things just a little different here and there to annoy you. We'll try a little different here. But again, that's gaming. The worst situations can come in is when people that play together as a group don't realize that they are taking advantage of a situation that doesn't allow other people in the group to have fun doing what they do. The example I always give is when I ran into in World of Warcraft, where I had a couple that played healers, and they were very good at it. But then I wanted to try healing, and we would go into these huge raids where you had to have more than 2 healers. The problem came in that they were playing on PCs physically close, so they could communicate without communicating in the game, which again is an advantage when it's just the 2 of them. But when you add a tertiary healer that has to rely on conversations, whether it's through voice or chat commands, it can get bad in the sense that coordination for that tertiary healer becomes a problem that they can either say is a problem of the healer or a problem of their communication. They chose to make it a problem that they blamed on the healer, when in fact I was able to show that my healing was fine as far as the numbers were concerned. It's, you know, I boil down to everybody has an opinion. Like everybody has a belly button or other physical parts of their body I won't mention to get myself in trouble. But it's just it was sad because they chose to stick together and be the only healers in our group because nobody else could heal with them, and it was their loss. It taught me a valuable lesson. I got everything here. I did. Sorry for the soapbox discussion, but I figured I'd do some chatting since people tend to say dailies are so boring. Well, they are what you make of them. Don't do them if you don't like them. I just kind of go in and get a shot each day, and then at some point I'm going to go in and start playing again. I was off playing other games and missed coming in here. I'm going to set out to do some demos of the adventure modes in the 3 games that I have. They're fun. Anyway, that's the dailies for today. I hope you enjoy. Please subscribe. like, share. Doesn't cost you anything. Helps the channel. So you get me a free island. Upgrade bracers. Yahoo! We're gonna save. There's a plethora of gaming channels on. I'm just doing it because of my bucket list to have a gaming channel. It is what it is and how I do it. You know, there's also a plethora of YouTube videos telling you how to do streaming and what not to do. Apparently, some of the rules I do, I break, but hey, it's me, my channel. So if you do like it, please consider subscribing. If you don't like getting notifications if I put videos out, you can set the bell accordingly. It'd be much appreciated, and the views are appreciated, and everything along with that. So I'm going to give another shout out to Chaotic Good Brewing. I am not paid in any way, shape, or form for this because I enjoy them such that I wanted to bring out that it's a growing industry of these breweries that are around that try to be different than the bars, typical sports bars you run into. And Chaotic has done a very good job of giving a family-friendly environment for even young kids to go and you can play Sorry or Monopoly or any other fun board games. And you know, some play D&D on their own, or we have D&D night and Magic the Gathering, and we have assortment of others, trivia nights. They try to get everybody involved, and they do have Bink. In case you wonder what that is, it's bingo with a slash through the O to make it a Q because you have to have a license to do bingo. Strange, but true. And Bink you don't. So he went and modified all of them. So the city wasn't after him, even though he wasn't giving out cash prizes or any other prizes. He would dollar store items for the fun of it. You weren't there to win a Ferrari. You're there to win a little whistle or something. It was just the fun of playing. But anyway, have a good one. Be safe wherever you are, and thanks for joining me.